Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dior, and this is Middara. So, last time we actually bought an upgrade, which was Ethereum, but we didn't actually spend the gold for it. It was 30 gold, so we'll go down to 121. And then we're going to go ahead and play a curious game. So that's page 113. Okay. We don't have time for this, Rook said. Finding Aisling is the only way we're going to get the information we need about Theodosian. We're burning time. I know. Nightingale didn't actually slow down. She just about reached the doors to Patrick's Inn. The sound of angry shouts mixed freely with happier voices. Nightingale didn't know exactly what to expect. A barroom brawl? It won't take long. I just want to see what's going on. She pushed through the doors, shoving her way into the inn. Instead of violence, Nightingale found the inn packed with patrons. At least 100 people gathered around table in groups, rolling dice and shouting. What are they playing? Nightingale thought, as she walked slowly between the tables. She couldn't make any sense of it. Whatever this game was, everyone here was playing. She saw paupers, city guards, and even a few rich merchants all hunched over tables with their dice. 5 minutes! Patrick's assistant called. Her staunch voice and mannerisms were at odds with her delicate features. Finish up! Nightingale bounced over towards the woman. Patrick's employee was slouching on the bar with a pad of paper on her lap and a clock just beside her. Nightingale approached, trying to look as friendly as she could. Hey, you... Charlotte, she said, not looking away from the clock. Hey, Charlotte. Nightingale couldn't quite keep herself from rushing over her words. What's everyone playing? It looks fun. That got her to look up, completely dumbfounded. Abraxis? She said. You know, battle dice? Oh, Nightingale turned away blushing. Yeah, of course. That's my, favorite, dice game. To her surprise, Rook had been following close behind her. He already had something in hand, a little bag of dice. Looks like the round is almost over. You want to try, Knight? Nightingale's eyebrows went up. You? Playing games? How did you find the time to learn with all that studying? Remy poked up beside Rook, tugging something out of her satchel. Sure enough, it was her own set of dice. You don't? Nightingale looked around for support. Zeke? I've never heard of it either. My family probably wouldn't approve of something so crass. He stiffened, imitating a regal bow. Charlotte cleared her throat, interrupting his act. It's 5 gold for each of you. If you'd like me to add your names to the roster, 4 of you, so 20 total. She extended a hand in her direction, still watching the clock. Special! Does the party have 20 gold and want to play? So, this is pretty much your introduction to the little mini-game they have in this, in Middara, which is Abraxis Battle Dice. The first time you do it, if you, for whatever reason, don't have 20 gold, they usually will let you do the first one for free. I believe all the other ones require 20 gold. This will probably be the only time I play Abraxis Battle Dice, because, I mean, it's an interesting game, but much like gambling, it's usually not worth the price. So, but we will go ahead and pay the 20 gold for this one. And go to 120, or 101, sorry. And proceed to learning Abraxis Battle Dice, 114. Alright, everybody take a seat. Charlotte pulled over a chair at one of the empty tables, sitting on it the wrong way and upending a large box of dice onto the table between them. I can't believe we're doing this, Zeke muttered, glowering at Rook. We could be out there killing real monsters and we're going to play a game? What we're fighting might not be real, Remy began, but the stakes are. It's the thrill of battle without the danger, like the Bellicose arena. It's like going to the arena to cheer for your favorite team, but more accessible. Zeke shrugged, folding his arm. Call me a skeptic, but I'll try it. Something about understanding the common people of Alenia, or however my mother would say it. Charlotte smacked the table loud enough that Zeke jumped. That's enough. Shut up. I don't have all day. Get your dice and we can go over the rules. So page 71 has the rules for Abraxis Battle Dice. I got the gist of it. And we are going up against the Pirate Winch. Every time you do Abraxis Battle Dice, you'll be fighting against this, like, a certain quote-unquote opponent. It is, I guess, cooperative. Well, I won't say cooperative. You're all on the same team, but you don't actually do anything that actually helps each other usually. um, anyway, Abraxis Battle Dice, the Pirate Winch. You have been challenged by the vile and tricksy Pirate Winch. Depending on how many adventurers survive her saucy wow, gain the following rewards. So note that you've put in 20 gold for this. So if at most I've only gotten 2 adventures through this, which means I've made a grand total of 5 gold. In some cases, depending on how my consumable loot deck is, sometimes getting 1 adventure through is actually better than 2. I've never gotten the common relic or a common unique item. There's been definitely some feedback on the Discord about how this is not worth the trouble. In some cases, getting a common unique item may not even be worth more than the 25 gold if it ends up being something useless to the group. So it's a bit crazy. But anyway, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get a shit ton of dice. So we need 2 purples, 2 whites, 2 oranges, 2 teals. So each player is going to have 4 dice. The numbers on the dice don't matter, so that's why they're set up kind of this way. The only thing that matters is they have to have 2 of each type of die. In other words, one that favors books and one that favors shields. Each player will have 10 life. And we'll use stamina to keep track of the rest of the stuff. And they'll have 5 fate points. The goal of the game is to go through 5 rounds and still have life above 0 life at the end. And we'll get over the rest of that in a second. I'm just getting all the numbers taken care of. Okay, and then we'll grab the Pirate Winch. So each of them will have symbols below their card, and then they'll have usually a special ability or 2. Pirate Winch is probably the most straightforward, which is each round you draw a different rare weapon and add its symbols to the Pirate Winch. So what we're going to do here is we're going to shuffle this deck here. Take the top. And you're supposed to put it like below the card, so like this, but the snapping kind of makes it a little broken. There we go, that works better. Alright, so you see there's 2 books, 2 shields, and then the card we drew has 2 shields and 1 burst. So that totals up to 2 books, 4 shields, and 1 burst. And the goal is to make your 4 dice get exactly that many symbols. Every symbol that you go over will cost you 1 life. Every symbol that you don't get it costs you 1 life. If you get it exactly right, you gain 1 life. It's pretty hard, from my experience. So, the way this works is everyone rolls at the same time. Like this. And then you essentially go through and lock in a die. If you want to, you can also spend a fate point to lock an additional die. And if at any point at the end of a round somebody has locked in all 4 dice, the rest of the group will do 1 last roll and everything has to be locked in then. So, with all that said and done, let's get started. So, well, straight for Remy, unfortunately she had a pretty meh roll. I'm going to choose one of the purple die since that favors books and we don't need that many books. And yeah, we'll just put it down. Trying to figure out where I want to put dice. We'll just put it off to the side. I think that'll work. Yeah, we'll do it like that. That's fine. We can do something like that. Okay. So she locks in one of her purple die. It doesn't really matter since she rolled no symbols. Then it goes to Zeke. So Zeke is going to go ahead and take the... He's going to take the 7. And not lock in anything else. Nightingale is going to go ahead and lock in the 9 and get the burst symbol, 2 shields, and a book. And then Rook is going to go ahead and lock in that die. Alright, and then continue on. Alright, so next roll is a little bit better. Remy will go ahead and lock in the 6. Zeke is going to lock in the 2. Nightingale will lock in the 6. So she only needs a shield in a book to finish her set. And Rook is going to lock in the 4. Alright, I'm not going to use any fate points yet. Alright. Alright, at this point I'm going to go ahead and lock in the 4, and I'm going to go ahead and spend a fate point to lock in the 3. So essentially she's going to be short the Starburst and the shield, so she'll end up taking 2 life, but I think that'll be better in the long run. Zeke is going to end up taking 3 damage if I take all of it. But if I get nothing, it may end up being more costly. Yeah, it's going to be overkill. I'm going to take a 3 and we'll take the risk for Zeke. Then it goes to Nightingale. Nightingale is going to take a 5 and actually spend the fate point to get this. So she is just short a shield, so she's going to end up taking 1 life of damage. Rook is in trouble. So we'll go ahead and take the 7, and then so there are locked in dice, so at this point it would just be 1 final roll. It doesn't really matter because there's only 1 die left. Okay. So locks in the 2, so Zeke's going to take a ton of damage. And then Rook is going to go ahead and lock in that last die. So let's go in order. So the goal is 1 burst, 4 shields, 2 books. Here we have 3 shields, 2 books, so we're going to end up taking 2 damage because we didn't have a burst and we're short 1 shield. This one here, we're short a book, 2 shields, and a burst, so we'll take 4. Nightingale is short 1 shield, so she takes 1 damage. And then Rook has 4 shields, 2 books, 1 burst, so he gains a life. That was pretty epic. You can tell that Rook is a gamer. He's a manly gamer. Alright, so that's round 1. You have to go through 5 rounds of this. You usually use like time tokens or something to keep track of rounds, or you can just keep track of the number of cards that are under the deck. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle the top card, and take the top. So this time it's same thing, two shields and a burst. So same target, we need 4 shields, 2 books, and 1 burst. Let's go ahead and shuffle, roll the dice, and we'll go from here. Alright. I'll Zeke take that. Remy will take this. I think Remy will take a 1. Alright, Nightingale's in a little bit of trouble. Alright, green dice favors shields. We're going to take a 5. Rook will take Starburst and get that out of the way. Fortunately, it's a gray die, so it favors books, so it's not the best combo. Pretty much taking that die ensures that he's going to lose at least one life. Alright. Perfect. I'll take a 6. We'll take a 5. If we take the 9, we'll take we'll take damage, but it'll at least ensure that we get the starburst. But then it gets really, really iffy from there. Let's go ahead and take it. We'll see how it goes. No, I don't want to take it. Yeah, it's a problem. I pretty much have to... Yeah, I would have to take the green and hope the other green does better. But even then, yeah, no matter... Unless I roll max on a green die, I don't think there's a way for me to avoid taking damage. So I'm just going to do this for now. We'll see what we get. Here, no matter what, we're going to end up taking damage. So we're just going to go ahead and take this here. And that'll be it. Let's go ahead and roll again. Okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take this. This will give us all of our symbols, but of course we need to make sure we don't kill ourselves in the process. So I'm actually going to go ahead and spend the fate point and go ahead and grab that last die. It's going to mean she's going to take 2 damage, but there's not much I can do about it. And then for Zeke here, I'll take the 8, and I'll have to pray that I don't roll high. Nightingale is going to go ahead and take the 9. Let's see, if I do that, I'll end up taking an extra damage from a burst. Take a damage for missing a shield, and then take... Ooh, that's just too much. That's too much. Alright, we'll take the 4. And then here, we're going to take the 7. And I'm actually going to go ahead and lock in the 5 as well as spending a fate point. So there you go. And the last two will go ahead and get their roll in. Okay. So get the 6. And then we get the 7. Alright, let's total it up. So like I mentioned before, we have we have 1 burst, 5 shields, 3 books. So we're going to take 2 damage. Here, this one's going to be a problem. So here gives us everything we need. And so we're going to take 3 damage. So Zeke is on his way out. Here, we're going to take 2 damage from missing shields, and we have an extra book. So we take a total of 3. So no matter what, I end up taking too much damage. And then here, we're going to take 1 damage. Or sorry, 2 damage. We have an extra book, and we're missing a shield. Alright. That's round 2. As you can see, it's your errors quickly add up. Like I said, the best I've done is 2. Alright, let's roll. Actually, I need to get the top card. Alright, this one here is 2 shields and a burst. So, same situation. Alright. Okay, for this one, I want the 8. We'll take the 6. For this one, we'll take the 5. And for this one, we'll take the 9 and pray. Alright, roll. I didn't roll that 3 there, so I'll roll that there. There we go. Alright. We will take the 1. We'll definitely take the 10. We'll take the 8. We'll take the 7. And we'll go ahead and roll. Alright. Remy didn't do so well this round. I'll spend a fate point to get both of these, I think. So unfortunately it's going to do 3 damage again. I think I'll take a fate point for this one as well. Alright, so that just leaves these 2. Let's roll them. Alright, I think we're about to get some eliminations here. Alright, so I am short 3 shields, 1 book, and a burst. So 3 shields, 1 book, and a burst. That's 5 damage, I think. Yeah, it's 5 damage. Here, we actually got perfect. We got 4 shields, 2 books, and 1 star. So he gains a life back. Here we have 2 extra books and missing a shield again, so 3 damage. And then over here we're missing a shield and we have an extra book, so we take 2. Alright, that's round 3. Cutting it close. So essentially, Remy has to get the next one perfect or she's eliminated. Shuffling top card, grab it. 1 shield, 1 burst. So this time it's actually something different. We need 3 shields, 2 books, and a starburst. Alright, let's go ahead and shuffle all of them. Alright. We'll take the 5. We'll take the 6. So I'm just trying to think. Yeah, unless I get a starburst, it has to be a starburst on a white die for Remy to actually survive. We're gonna take a 3 here. And over here, we'll take a 6. Alright, roll dice. Alright, well there's a starburst here, but it's not gonna it has too many books is the problem. Alright. So like I said, it's white die. This purple has to be a blank and this one has to have the burst, else it's not gonna work out for him or for her. Alright. Unfortunately, Zeke's in a little bit of trouble here. Let's take the 4. Well, one way or another, he's going to end up taking damage for having too many books. And then over here, we'll take the 7. And over here, we are going to take we're going to take a 4. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, roll dice. Alright, well, this one's easy. They're both the same die. Get that. Alright, at this point, Remy is eliminated. There's no way to avoid it. So, take your 5, I guess. You take your 4. Everyone else rolled really, really bad. It was only Rook that got what he needed. Oh my god, alright, Rook is perfect. As is Nightingale. Everyone else, on the other hand, is screwed. So Remy has an extra book and missing of Starburst, so it's going to be 2 damage. So she's out. Zeke is missing 2 shields and a Starburst, so he takes 3. Nightingale has a perfect, so she gains a life. Because she has 2 books, 3 shields, and a Starburst. And then Rook has 2 books, 3 shields, and a Starburst, so he gains a life. Alright, so Remy's out, so it's just going to be Zeke, Rook, and Nightingale. This is technically our last round, because we have 4 cards, so this will be our 5th one. Shuffle, draw. You do flip it to its front side, so just make sure you do that. Because sometimes it's different depending on if it's a double weapon or not. Alright, 1 shield, 1 Starburst, so same setup as before. Or as the last round, rather. So everyone roll. Okie dokie. So, much like before, Zeke needs to essentially have a perfect roll to actually pass. Otherwise, we're just going to, at best, get 20 gold or something. Gotta be very careful about how we do this. Let's take the 8. And Rook will actually go ahead and take the 10. Okay, roll. Take the 8. His chances are slim. He pretty much has to get 5s on both dice to actually get what he needs. Let's see, you're short a shield, a book, and a Starburst. So as long as we don't go over. Take the 5. Yeah, he's going to end up taking 1 damage no matter what. So, we're just going to spend the point. Alright, and then over here, I'll take the 8. Here, we'll take the 9. Oh my god, I think she just killed herself. Alright, and then we get the 9 and the 8. So this is a mess. He ends up taking 1... He takes 1 damage, which is enough to finish him off. And then here, we have 2 extra shields and 2 extra books, which actually takes her out. And then here, we have 3 extra books and 1 extra shield, which will take him down to 4. So only Rook passed, which is actually preferable. So instead of we end up getting 4 random mundane or common consumables. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle the deck and draw each time. So shuffle, draw, shuffle, draw, shuffle, draw, shuffle, draw. So, like I mentioned, if we had 2 people pass, we would have gotten 25 gold, and we had put in 20 gold instead at the start. So it would have been a gain of 5 gold. But with 4 of the consumables, This was 34 gold, so we actually made 9 gold. Or sorry, we made 14 gold. So that's how kind of broken the reward system is for Abraxis Battle Dice. Getting 1 adventure through is better than getting 2. 3 would have been better, simply because it's worth more to get just a random relic. But honestly, I don't actually need a relic that bad. So it's honestly the consumables was actually the best result that I could possibly ask for. So that takes care of Abraxis Battle Dice. And then you just go back to the story round again. So we'll clear the board. This is actually really good since we used so many items earlier. So we'll just go ahead and distribute these. Alright. Do something like this for now. Yeah, I think that's good. Alright, and it doesn't know where to put those. Did not know that was an issue. Alright, so yeah, like I said, it's a neat little game, but like I mentioned multiple times already, it's not really worth the gamble. So this is the only time I'll do Abraxis Battle Dice. Anything after that, it's just it actually gets more and more difficult as they give you harder and harder opponents to deal with, which is not the best. But so yeah, I am the Depressed Eeyore. This was Middara. See you guys next time.